In the Britain of the 1980s, the roads felt alive. It was a decade of change. Factories were busy, cities were growing, and British cars were everywhere. Some were small and practical, others tried to feel modern and luxurious, and a few became symbols of everyday life across the country. These cars filled parking lots, motorways, and quiet suburban streets. Families drove them to holidays. Workers relied on them every morning, and young drivers dreamed about owning them. But time changes everything. Many of the cars that once dominated British roads have now almost disappeared. Today, some are forgotten. Others survive only in old photographs or hidden away in garages. This is a countdown of 10 British cars from the 1980s that were once everywhere, but have now almost vanished. Number 10, Austin Maestro, 1983-1994, a car built for everyday Britain. The Austin Maestro arrived during a difficult time for the British car industry. Made by Austin Rover, it was designed to compete with modern European hatchbacks. It featured a practical shape, front-wheel drive, and simple engines that were cheap to run. For many families, the Maestro was affordable and useful. It had a roomy interior, large windows, and soft suspension that handled rough roads well. Some versions even included early electronic voice systems, which felt futuristic in the 1980s. People saw them everywhere: school car parks, shopping centers, and busy city streets. But reliability problems hurt its reputation, and over time, most of them disappeared from the roads completely. Today, finding a clean Austin Maestro is surprisingly difficult. Number 9, Triumph Acclaim, 1981-1984. A forgotten partnership, the Triumph Acclaim was the result of cooperation between Britain and Japan. Built by Triumph and based heavily on a Honda design, it became one of the most reliable British-built cars of its era. That alone made it unusual. It looked neat and simple. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashy, but people appreciated its comfort, smooth engine, and fuel economy. Drivers trusted it. At a time when reliability mattered more than ever, the Acclaim quietly earned respect from many people. It was the dependable family car they needed. Yet its success was short-lived. Triumph disappeared soon after, and the Acclaim slowly faded into history. Today, most younger drivers. Number 8, Ford Sierra, 1982-1993. A car that shocked Britain when the Ford Sierra replaced the Cortina. Many people hated its futuristic shape. It looked too modern, too rounded, too different. But Ford believed the future had arrived, and eventually, people accepted it. Then they loved it. The Sierra became one of Britain's most common cars during the 1980s. It came in many versions: simple family models, diesels, sporty XR4i versions, and powerful Cosworth editions. Its aerodynamic design helped it stand out. And on motorways, the Sierra felt smooth and stable. Families loved the practicality, younger drivers loved the sporty image, and police forces across Britain even used them. But rust-heavy use and time slowly destroyed most examples. Today, seeing an ordinary Ford Sierra feels strangely rare. Number 7, Rover SD1, 1986, a car with ambition. The Rover SD1 was designed to feel modern, luxurious, and powerful at launch. Many people compared it to expensive European cars. Its long shape, sloping rear, and bold front end gave it real presence. Inside, it focused on comfort, large seats, simple instruments, and plenty of space. Some versions featured strong V8 engines that sounded fantastic. Police forces loved them, businessmen admired them, and for a moment, the SD1 looked like the future of British luxury motoring. But quality issues caused problems. Build inconsistencies damaged its reputation, and despite its stylish appearance, many simply did not survive. Today, good Rover SD1 models are becoming very hard to find. Number 6, Vauxhall Cavalier MK2, 1981-1988, one of Britain's most familiar cars. The Cavalier MK2 became a massive success during the 1980s. Built by Vauxhall, it balanced practicality with comfort. It wasn't exciting, but that was exactly the point. People trusted it. It had clean styling, economical engines, and a reputation for easy driving. Sales representatives drove them across the country, families packed them for holidays, and company fleets bought them in huge numbers. The sporty SRE versions also became popular with younger drivers. For years, the Cavalier felt impossible to avoid, yet most lived hard-working lives. Rust and high mileage destroyed thousands of them, and now they've nearly vanished. Seeing one today instantly feels nostalgic. Number 5, Austin Montego, 1984-1995, the car Britain wanted to love. The Austin Montego was designed to replace older family saloons. It looked modern for its time. Large headlights, sharp lines, and a spacious cabin helped it stand out. It also offered impressive practicality. The estate version became especially popular. Taxi drivers used them. Businesses bought them. Families trusted them for long journeys. Some versions even featured digital dashboards and talking systems. Very futuristic for the mid-1980s. But the Montego struggled with reliability and quality control, despite strong sales early on. Its reputation slowly faded, and once production ended, most examples disappeared surprisingly quickly. Today, the Montego is one of the rarest common British cars of its era. Number 4, Talbot Sunbeam. Maestro and 81. Small, simple, and unexpectedly fun. The Talbot Sunbeam arrived during difficult economic times. People wanted affordable cars, and the Sunbeam delivered exactly that. It was compact, lightweight, and easy to drive. But what truly made it memorable was the sporty Lotus version. The Sunbeam Lotus became a rally legend. Fast, aggressive, and exciting to watch. Suddenly, this small hatchback gained real personality. Regular versions filled British streets during the early 1980s. But like many small cars of the time, rust became a major problem. Most simply wore out and disappeared. Now, even ordinary Talbot Sunbeams are incredibly rare. Number 3, Morris Ital, 1980-1984. A car from another era. Even when it launched, the Morris Ital already looked old-fashioned. Its roots stretched far back into earlier British car designs. But despite that, people still bought it. Why? Because it was simple, affordable, easy to repair, and familiar. It came as a saloon or estate, with practical engines and soft suspension. Older drivers especially liked it. For many families, the Ital became dependable transport. But compared to newer European rivals, it quickly felt outdated. And once production stopped, people moved on fast. Today, spotting a Morris Ital on the road feels almost impossible. Number 2, Metro, 1980-1998. A tiny car that became huge. The Austin. Metro was one of Britain's most important small cars of the 1980s. It arrived at the perfect time. Fuel prices mattered. Cities were crowded, and drivers wanted something compact and economical. The Metro answered all those problems. It was small outside, but surprisingly spacious inside, easy to park, cheap to run, and simple to drive. Young drivers loved it. Older people loved it too. It became a normal part of British life. Supermarkets, suburbs, university car parks. They were everywhere. Even royalty owned one. Sportier MG Metro versions added excitement to the lineup. But despite its popularity, most Metros eventually rusted away. And now, very few survive in original condition. Number 1, Ford Cortina MK2, 1979 to 1982, the king of British roads. Few cars represented Britain in the late 1970s and early 1980s more than the Ford Cortina. It was everywhere. Builders drove them. Families owned them. Taxi companies used them. Police forces trusted them. The Cortina was simple, practical, and dependable. Its clean design made it feel modern without being complicated. Inside, everything was straightforward and comfortable. Ford offered many versions, basic models for everyday drivers, and sporty versions for those wanting something extra. People loved the easy maintenance and low running costs. For years, the Cortina dominated British streets. Then suddenly, it was gone. Most examples were driven hard for decades. Rust destroyed thousands. And because they once felt so common, few people thought to preserve them. Today, a clean Cortina turns heads everywhere it goes. Not because it was rare back then, but because almost none remain now. These cars were more than machines. They were part of everyday life. They carried families across Britain. They sat in crowded car parks. And they became part of the memories people still talk about today. Some were stylish, some were simple, and some were deeply flawed. But all of them belonged to a unique moment in British motoring history. Today, modern roads feel very different. The shapes have changed, the sounds are quieter, and many of these once common cars have disappeared forever. But their stories remain, because sometimes the cars we remember most are the ones we thought would always be there.